Hello and welcome to the third video in this series, most important sets to is DILR in CAT 2021. For this video, I have picked a set that is based on data arrangement, and this is a set that is taken from Master Series Mock CAT 9 among the CAT mocks of 2021 from CL. So when it comes to arrangements is typically the area of comfort for majority of the students, but when it comes to arrangements, you can typically see two types of sets. One that doesn't include numbers. The second type of arrangement sets include numbers. Now, some of the students feel particularly uncomfortable whenever there is a question that asks them to deal with numbers, right? This is where people find it a little bit difficult to deal with questions or even arrangement questions that include numbers, right? What I have chosen for this particular video is a set that involves numbers. That is because a lot of people may find these kind of sets difficult and may find the other type of sets in which there are only, say, there are five people coming from 5 different places wearing 5 different colors, the arrangement in various dimensions. People find that kind of sets easier than the ones that involve numbers. And what I'm going to do today is trying to help you understand how to deal with arrangement sets which have numbers in it. So let's quickly take a look at what the question has to offer. So let's quickly read the setup of the question. This is the setup, the first paragraph. What does the setup say? The setup says that a company manufactures products using 12 machines labeled A to L that are arranged in a row from left to right in the same order, with a place number 1 to 12 in the same order from A to L. That means the numbers, machines A to L are already arranged in that order, 1 to 12, as the numerical value of those letters. A corresponds to 1, B corresponds to 2, C corresponds to 3. Similarly, L corresponds to 12. That is already given. So one kind of arrangement is already sorted. That means what needs to fall in place is probably only the numbers. Each of the machines make a different number of products among 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, so on up to 6000. So all the products manufactured, the number of products manufactured by all the machines are multiples of 500. Okay, now these are the numbers that are there in the question, 500 to 6000, multiples of 500. These are definitely not difficult numbers to comprehend. There is no 1789 kind of a number which we don't know what the factors may be of, right? So these numbers are typically easy numbers that are given in the question. So my understanding of the setup says probably we can venture into it because the numbers are not very complicated. Let's look at the number of points given. I generally profess this, that if the number of points, data points given after the setup is less than or equal to 8, it typically falls in my radar. The moment it crosses 8, I tend to understand that for every point I will probably require 1 minute to understand and assimilate and put it in my table, whatever the table I am going to form. Hence this set, which has only 8 points following it, maybe probably this is a set that I would want to do, right? So all the points are talking about number of products made by some E is something. Okay, machine that produces 2500, second to the left of 3500. All right. Absolute difference between the products produced by machine G and machine H is 500 kind of things. The machine with an odd numbered position produces a minimum number of products. Okay, odd numbered positions, there are 6 machines in odd numbered positions. 1500, 4000, 5500 products are produced by 3 successive machines in the same order from left to right. So some a cluster of 3 machines is already given. We have to see where it actually fits in the table. The number of products made by the rightmost machine is half the number manufactured by machine D. So we have to determine somehow what happens in machine D. Machine B produces 2000 products. None of the machines makes number of products that is 500 times the machine's place number. So if you look at if you look at the data points, every data point except 0.7 is some kind of coding that you would have to decode. Some kind of coding that you have to decode. Question 0.7 is clearly stating the machine B to bhaiya 2000 product hi bana raha hai. It is already giving it. It is already giving that data, right? Let us now take a look at the question. So the points that are given are not difficult to comprehend. The setup is not difficult to comprehend. There are only 8 points in the follow-up, which is something that lies in my radar. The next step in selection of sets is looking at what the questions are asking. What is the following? What is the number of products manufactured by machine D? What is the number of products manufactured by machine D? This has to be a fixed answer question. That means you will be able to find that. So if you are able to find that, by virtue of this point, you will also be able to find what is produced by the rightmost machine, that is machine L. Find the absolute difference between products produced by machine A and machine L. Okay, this can also be found out from the question, from the set is what it is, L. Which of the following is true? Okay, only 1 out of the 4 statements are true. 1 out of the 3 statements are true, probably, because the 4th option is none of this. So there is a chance that you may not be, just a slight chance that you may not be able to find everything for all the machines. Meaning you may not be able to find what is the number of products produced in all the machines. Well, you will be able to determine it for D and A and L. That is definite. Right? Which of the machines produces least number of products? Okay, least number of products also you will be able to determine which machine is going to do. So the first couple of minutes I spend in understanding what the setup is, then looking at what is the number of data points following and what is the nature of data points, whether it is difficult to comprehend or not difficult to comprehend. If it is easy to comprehend, then probably I'll take a step forward and read the questions that are given. And the questions are also not very difficult from the nature of the questions. ऐसा नहीं है कि question आपको मेहनत करवाना चाहता है. The questions, question 1, 2 and 4 are typically asking you to form the arrangement and come to it. Question 3 is also asking you to form the arrangement and come to it. So our goal is to form the arrangement and then go to the questions. Now that we have read the setup, let us directly jump for the solution. Let us directly jump into the points that are given, For that, let us also form a table that looks like this. Because there are 12 machines, it is given, arranged from left to right in that order from 1 to 12, and they are named A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. I formed a table according to that. Just in case I form table that will be able to accommodate 2 cases, just in case if I have 2 cases, right? So in this area, I'm going to take down notes. If there is anything that I cannot directly put into my table, I'm going to take down notes at this area, right? Okay. So always in a question of arrangement, at least for a question of data arrangement, look at a point that gives you maximum information, ya fir pakka information that you can directly put into the table. To my mind, that point is 0.7 over here. Machine B produces 2000 products. This is sacrosanct. This is not going to change. This is definitely not going to change. Now let us look at, I have totally used 0.7. I have completely used 0.7. Now let us look at what are the other points that are available. Point 1 states that number of products made by machine E is a multiple of 2500. So machine E will either produce 2500 goods or 5000 goods. A multiple of 2500. There are only 2 available with us, right? But if you look at point 8, this point is interesting. None of the machines makes the number of products that is 500 times the machine's place number. Place number of machine E is 5. This means that machine E could not have manufactured 2500 products. That is because 5 into 500 would give you 2500. None of the machines makes the number of products that is 500 times the machine's place number. I think this is a very useful point over here. That means machine E cannot produce 2500 units. That means machine E has to produce 5,000 units. Machine E has to produce 5,000 units. What else do we know? Machine that produces 2,500 products is second to the left of the machine that produces 3,500 products. We haven't used this yet. We haven't used this yet because I don't know where this 2,500 and 3,500 will be there, but my notes, I will write this 2,500 dash 3,500 because second to the left of 3,500, we have a 2,500. Number of products made by machine F is more than the number of products made by machine H. F is greater than H. The absolute difference between the number of products produced by machine G and H is 500. G difference H. We don't know whether H is greater than G or G is greater than H, but G difference H is 500 is given. Okay. We have taken down the points. We have taken down these points. We have completely utilized point 1, that is done. Right? Okay. A machine with an odd numbered position produces minimum number of products. A machine with an odd numbered position produces minimum number of products. We haven't used this point yet. We haven't used this point yet, but I'll take this down into my notes that 500 is only possible in odd numbered positions. A, C, E, G, I, and K, out of which E is already out of question. A is out of question because of 0.8. Because A into 500, 1 into 500 would mean 500, which is not possible. So it is either C, G, I, or K that produces the 500 times the machine's number. And if you look at the options for question 4, which asked us what machine produces the least number of products, the 4 options are C, G, I, and K. That is the beauty of DILR. 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500 products are manufactured by 3 successive machines in the same order from left to right. 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500. In my notes, I'll write it down. 1,500, 4,500, and 4,000, and 5,500 will be in the same order. Now let us try and place this cluster. Let us try and place this cluster. 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500. Where can it be? This cluster of 3 cannot be among A, C, D because there is not enough space available for 3 of the items to be fixed. If I say if it is F, G, and H, starting from F. If I start from F, 1,500, 4,000, 5,500, this condition will get violated. This condition will get violated. So the 3 machines could not have started from F. Hatao. Can we start from G? 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500. Could we have started from G? There are 2 violations happening here. H is 8 into 500, 4,000, which is not possible. The difference between G and H also needs to be 500, which is not possible either. So this is not possible. This is not possible either. H, I, and J, can they have 1,500, 4,000, or 5,500? 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500. Could they be in machines H, I, and J? I see no problem with this. But there is another case possible for these 3, that is I, J, and K. 1,500 in I, J has 4,000, and K has 5,500. This was also a possibility, but the possibility in the below line, in the line below, will get eliminated. The possibility in the line below will get eliminated because K is number 11. 11 into 5 would give you 5,500. K could not have produced 5,500. K could not have produced 5,500. So that is eliminated. The only other possibility is J, K, and L. 1,500, 4,000, and 5,500. With this arrangement, the problem is number of products made by the rightmost machine is half the number of products made by D. Number of products made by the rightmost machine is half the number of products made by D. D has to be double of L. If L itself is 5,500, D has to be 11,000, which is not at all available with us, out of question. So the only possible place where these 3 could have fitted, only possible place place where these three could have fitted is definitely H, I, and J are the machines that will produce 1500, 4000, and 5500 respectively. Let us come to point 6. We have completely utilized point 5. Let us come to point 6. The number of products made by rightmost machine is half made by machine D. So if D and L are there, if D produces 6000, L produces 3000. If D produces 5000, L produces 2500. If D produces 4000, L produces 2000. If D produces 3000, L produces 1500. If D produces 2000, L produces 1000. And if D produces 1000, L produces 500. These are the only cases possible such that D is double of L. D is double of L. But please understand that this case 5000 and 2500 is not possible. 5000 is already taken by E. D and L 5000 and 2500 is not possible. D and L 4000 and 2000 is also not possible. 4000 is already taken by I. So 4000 is already taken by I. D and L 3000 and 1500 is not possible because 1500 is already taken by H. 1500 is already taken by H. D and L 2000 and 1000 is not possible because if D and L are 2000 and 1000, D is place value 4. 4 into 500, 2000, we would have violated point 8. That is the most important point from the setup that seems. If D and L are 1000 and 500, it was a possibility. If D and L are 1000 and 500, it was a possibility. But we also know that the machine in an odd numbered position produces minimum number of products. So L could not have produced this. So the only possible case for D and L turns out is 6000 and 3000. 6000 and 3000. Now we had one point that said 2500 is one place, two places to the left of 3500. Two places to the left of 3500. That means we need to have 2500 somewhere. We need to have a gap, and then we need to have a 3500. That is only possible in the table if 2500 is A and 3500 is C. That is only possible in the table if 2500 is A and 3500 is E. Definitely, we can say that. We are left with F, G, and K. We are left with F, G, and K. And we are left with 500, 1000, and 2000. We are left with these three numbers. No, 2000 is already taken, right? We are left with 500, 1000, and 4500. 4500. Now, we know that the difference between G and H was 500. H is already having 1500 units. H is already having 1500 units. If H has 1500 units, G must be choosing 1000 from it because the difference between G and H is given as 500. So G must be 1000. The moment we have discovered that G is 1000 and we know that F is greater than H, H already has 1500 units. Out of 500 and 4500, F could have only chosen 4500. F could have only chosen 4500. That leaves K with 500 units. That leaves K with 500 units. So that is the entire arrangement. We could form only one case. We have exhausted all the points that were required. We have totally formed the arrangement for all the 12 places and all the 12 machines. Let us now take a quick look at the questions. What is the number of products made by machine D? Machine D must be producing 6000 products. Find the absolute difference between the number of products made by machine A and machine L. Machine A produces 2500, machine L produces 3000. The absolute difference between them is 500. Which of the following is true? For three machines, the number of products manufactured by them is 1000 times the respective place number. It is true for B. It is true for B. It is true for E. That's it. It is only true for statement 1 is true for only two machines. So not for three. Statement 1 is false. There are 4 machines such that the number of products manufactured by them is at least 1000 times the machine's place number. The number of, if there are 4 machines such that it is at least 1000 times the machine's place value. It is true for T, it is true for E, it is true for A, it is true for C. It is also true for D. There are 5 such machines. There are 5 such machines. The statement says there are 4 such machines. This is also not true. There are 3 pairs of consecutively numbered machines such that the number of products manufactured by the 2 machines in each pair are consecutive multiples of 500. Each pair are consecutive multiples of 500. How many pairs are there? We have a pair A and B, 2500 and 2000. That is fine. E and F is another pair. That is fine. G and H is another pair. That is fine. Do we have any other pair? Do we have any other pair? Doesn't seem so. It doesn't seem so. There are exactly 3 pairs of consecutively numbered machines such that the products manufactured by them are consecutive multiples of 500 is true. So option 3 should be the correct answer. Which of the following machine produces the least number of products? The least number of products are produced by machine K. They are produced by machine K. So that was the set based on data arrangement that I had chosen for this particular video. I hope you found the explanation very clear. If you like the content of this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. We will be coming with more and more exciting content in DILR in the near future. Thank you so much.